A couple weeks ago, one of my favorite YouTubers did an autumn tag, and it just so happened to have 13 questions, and today is Friday the 13th, so I thought, perfect timing! I'm gonna do the autumn tag. Question number 1. Favorite autumn quote. I do have a favorite autumn quote, but I feel like it's kind of cliche, but I don't really care. It's a good one. It's something like, autumn trees teach us how beautiful it can be to let things go. And I love that. I have a hard time with autumn sometimes because I just love summer and I love spring and everything being green. I just love it. When autumn's coming, I'm like,
I don't want everything to die and be dead.
But at the same time, autumn in Missouri is just breathtaking. You drive down the street and everything is like on fire. Just orange and red and yellow, and I can appreciate it. And that quote actually really helped me like autumn more. Like, oh, trees are letting things go. They're starting over. We can all start over. Number 2, favorite thing to do on a rainy day. At this point in my life, I am 6 months pregnant. My favorite thing to do like on any day is probably sleep. But on a rainy day, it is just so nice in this room that we have here. For some reason, you can hear the rain way better in this room than you can hear in any other room. So I literally just lay here and just listen to the rain. Like meditate, sort of, just listening to the rain. So nice. Number 3, favorite autumn scarf. This one, I made it. It is very long. Number 4, favorite autumn themed television show. Everybody's gonna say Over the Garden Wall because, like, whoa. That show's unreal. If you've never seen that show, you gotta see that show. The animation, the story, the music, an amazing show. But there is a great spooky autumny type show that nobody has really seen, and it's called Jonathan Strange and Dr. Norrell. I actually think it's called Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. But it's so good. It's not necessarily autumn themed, but it's like kind of, it's set in the 1800s and it's old and spooky and it would be fun to watch in the autumn. It's about this guy who knows about magic and he like belongs to this society of magicians, but none of them actually practice magic. They only read about it. And so he's kind of a revolutionary. He's like, I think we should actually be practicing magic. I think we should actually do magic. And they're like, dude, you cray. But what's interesting is magic comes at a price. Magic is carried out by fairies. And they're not like little fairies. They're more like what you'd think of as like an elf, but they're called fairies. And man, he gets in line with a nasty one. And it's so good! The fairy can come to your house and can see you, but you can't see it. But like, you kind of feel like you're being watched. Like, it's really a great show. Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. Great autumn show. Number 5, favorite autumn movie. I thought about this one. Oh, I know exactly which one. The Village. Period. End of story. I know that if any of my friends who are real movie buffs are watching this, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, ashamed of me. But I love that movie. I love the music. I love the costumes. I love the dialogue. I love the cinematography. I love the colors. I love the characters. I love everything about that movie. And it's so perfectly autumn. It's not a Halloween movie, but it is spooky and suspenseful. Weird creatures in the forest trying to eat everybody, but oh! It's so good. It's actually a love story. Like, it's not a scary movie at all. This blind girl and then this really quiet guy, and I love it. Number 6, favorite autumn book. I can't really think of a book that I love that's like set in autumn. Yeah, I can't really think of one. I do love this book called Keturah and Lord Death, which is kind of autumny, and it's about this girl who goes into the woods and she's gonna die. Death comes to her to like, he's a person, to take her away, and she makes a deal with him, like, and it's just, I love that book. This is so weird. People are learning a lot about me today. I love when death is personified, like when death is a person, and so it's just interesting to me talking to death. It's a fascinating concept to me. And so it's a great book. She makes a deal with him and she knows she has to die the whole book. Like she knows she's gonna die. And it has one of my all-time favorite quotes of all time about death. She says to him, tell me what is it like to die? He says, you experience something similar to it every day. And she goes, oh yeah, like every night when I fall asleep. And he says, no, it is like every morning when you wake up. What? Who wrote that? That is amazing. I just love it. Life is but a dream, people. Life is but a dream. Okay. This is kind of a weird question to me, but number 7, a place you'd like to visit in the autumn? I don't really know. Missouri is seriously so beautiful in the autumn that I'm kind of like, I don't know, I like it here. Maybe someplace like England or like Scotland, just rainy and cold and orange, everything orange, and like go to a castle or something. That'd be cool. Never really thought about that before. Huh. Number 8. Have you purchased any autumn decor? I have not purchased any, but I've made a bunch. I made this little wall hanging. Also made this swarm of bats on the wall, and I love it. Number 9. Favorite photo you took last autumn? I can't show you my phone because I am both filming with my phone and my phone screen is totally cracked, so you wouldn't even want to see it anyway. So I will insert that photo now. I love that picture because we went on a hike and we found this old log and it was full of these mushrooms on the inside, and I was like, oh my gosh, the perfect little fairy neighborhood or like hotel or something. Just, I knew fairies lived in there, and I just, oh, it was so beautiful. And once again, it was a dead thing being used like to support life. Are we seeing a theme here, people? I think we see a theme here. Number 10. 3 songs that always remind you of autumn. Probably California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. It's autumn. Once again, this is so weird. This is so weird. But the first song that came into my head was I'll Follow You Into the Dark by I can't think of the, oh my goodness, I've lost the name. What is that band called? I'm so upset. That's like one of my favorite bands. The only band I can think of is Panic at the Disco, and that is not the band! Death Cab for Cutie! Oh my gosh. Death Cab for Cutie. I'll Follow You Into the Dark by Death Cab for Cutie. Great song. Once again, about death. That's so weird. I'm a weird human. A third song. This is very random. But there is this song in the extended edition of The Return of the King. And there's this scene where Eowyn is being healed from battle. And there's just this beautiful song that's actually sung by Eowyn. And there's this beautiful line where she says, the leaves are now turning from green to gold, and I wish I could hold you closer. When autumn happens, I always sing that to myself.
The leaves are now turning from green to gold.
I just always sing it to myself. Number 11. I don't have enough fingers anymore. Things you associate with autumn. I'd have to say dark eye makeup and dark lips. That's like one of my favorite things about autumn. When autumn comes, I'm like, yes! I wear dark red lipstick all year round. I don't really care, but I like when autumn comes because it's slightly more acceptable. Another thing that I associate with autumn is college. Isn't that silly? But a part of me wishes I could go to college without any of the stress or drama. Mostly just like new pencils, new paper, and cool teachers. I don't want assignments or tests or political drama. Now that I'm not going to college, but it's autumn, I'm like, oh, I wish I was going to art class at 8 a.m. like I did that one year, you know? And I'm pretty sure we can say that death reminds me of autumn. I swear I'm not sadistic. It's an interesting concept to me. It's a beautiful concept. I don't know why. Question 12. Technically that was right, but I didn't do that how I wanted. Dream Halloween costume. If I could make the most perfect Madame Trelawney costume, I would be so happy. Which granted, I'm sure some people are like,
Haley, you dress like Madame Trelawney every day.
just let me have this, okay? And finally, lucky number 13. What do you plan on being for Halloween this year? Because I am pregnant, I looked up a lot of pregnancy Halloween costumes. And some were funny, and some were cute, and some were stupid, and some were awesome. Very expensive. So we're going with one that is cute enough while being cheap enough. And that is, my husband will be a milkman, and I will be a 1950s housewife. I think that would be pretty funny. There you have it. There are my 13 questions on Friday the 13th. Feel free to answer any of these questions in the comments. I'll type them up and put them in the description so that you can have them if you want to make a video or if you just want to answer them like on your Facebook or whatever. Bye!